but as he gets close. We don't know if it'll be this Sunday or weeks after, but they desperately have to get him back because if they don't, and they continue to lose football games, they have gone from the number 1 seed and the best team on a lot of people's radar in the National Football League to a team on the back end of the NFC. Now we're talking that 5th, 6th, 7th seed.
Yeah.
And they cannot afford to do that.
You want to win your division, obviously, right? And you also want to make sure that you hold off the Rams, who, of late have had a little stumble. But I mean, it's critical, and the top seed also, the bye, is still very much up for grabs, Jay.
And I'll just say hot news, just because when any conversation is revolving around an MVP candidate like Kyler Murray, and when he's going to come back for a team that just lost their last 2 or 3 and got beat down by the Panthers, that's hot news to me.
All right, we continue. Hot news or not news. So, yes, you can say hot or not, and then you can.
I was trying to come in calm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was hot. I got to be
take control.
full disclosure.
No.
We need you at 100. Come on
you need
now.
at 100?
Come on
All right.
now.
All
I know
right.
it's your
All right.
first
All right.
day,
All right.
And you want to ease your way in? No, pedal to the metal. Come on, Dianna.
All right, fine.
All right.
Let's go.
Steelers likely to start Mason Rudolph on Sunday against the Chargers. Hot news or not news?
Smoking hot news.
There we go. All right, now she's back.
No. So here's what I know about what's going on there in Pittsburgh. Talking to people there this morning, they really don't know yet because Ben has to test negative twice before he can get cleared. So the game plan right now is being structured around Mason Rudolph, which we know what Mason Rudolph is. Not good. So Ben will be able to go if he gets cleared. So it's hot news because, look, the Steelers are back in this, and they're only going to be in this if they have got Big Ben under center.
Hot news for me, and you're going to tell me at some point today, Dianna, why they decided that Mason Rudolph is Ben Roethlisberger backup and not Dwayne Haskins, because that is extremely disappointing news to hear that a guy who was drafted in the first round a couple years ago was signed off the streets as a free agent, has a relationship with Mike Tomlin, but can't seem to get it together to crack the lineup. And we, like you said, we know who Mason Rudolph is.
Yeah.
We don't know who Dwayne Haskins is.
And that tells you exactly where Dwayne Haskins is in terms of his ability. Mike Tomlin's been there 16 years. We know the type of coach he is. And for him to bring Haskins on and show that support and he's still not playing, I don't think you need to know a lot of information there. That tells you the story.
Dianna, why do you think that is, though?
Well, I'm not sure it's specifically what it is, but I can just tell you, I mean, we've seen Dwayne struggle. We've seen it going back to his days in Washington. He was never a player that blew away the coaching staff there. And in Pittsburgh, I haven't heard anything where, he's doing the same there. So I think it's just going to take either more time for Dwayne to figure this out in the NFL or this is it for him.
That's concerning, Dianna. When you say it's going to take more time, my eyebrows just go, that sounds like somebody that may not be in the league.
Yeah. And what an awful story that would be because, he certainly had a lot of promise.
Yeah, the talent's there, but neck up maybe the issues there from what we're hearing. All right, hot news or not news continues with Dianna Russini, KJM. Baker Mayfield says this is the most banged up he has been in his career.
Not news. I think Baker's played through a lot of injuries. Look, we know I don't think he's making an excuse, right? He's saying he's hurt. So,
you know how I feel about athletes disclosing their injuries and things of that nature because you're giving me a built-in excuse.
Yep.
You're trying to protect, and I understand you're protecting your ground. You want to make sure that everybody knows that I am not playing 100%, Coach. Hey, I couldn't.
Yeah, don't judge me on this.
Man. Yeah. And I get it because right now you are at a crossroads on whether or not people deem you as the quarterback of the future for the Cleveland Browns or not. And so what I've always said is what I would tell Baker Mayfield, if you are not 100%, don't go out there and put bad footage out there for people to see and judge you on. When you get to 100%, you play because you do have a security and insurance policy of $20+ million on your fifth-year option. So no matter what anybody tells you, you're either going to be the starting quarterback moving forward for the Cleveland Browns for one more year, or you're going to be a starting quarterback for somebody else to get a long-term extension because nobody's going to trade for you at $20 million and not play you.
Yep. And I do think that's the position he's in right now. And I'm sure he's fighting that battle in his head of going out there to play, to be tough, to be the starting quarterback. But we all know he's in this gray area, in my opinion, of what we think, right? We don't know what he is. I feel like we've seen good, we've seen bad, and I think the gray area is probably the worst place you can be in life, right? Like, who wants to be in the gray?
Well, especially when it's time to get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Key, I feel your point about him articulating his injuries, but are you a believer that public perception of him will be different if he didn't say he was the most banged up of his career or that he was injured?
Just let somebody else say it, right?